This is a video review of the Henderson storage loft bed. This is a picture that was provided online and a brief description. From just looking at this, it looks like a fairly decent bed with a lot of adequate storage. I did contact the company for additional information, like whether it was reversible and what the internal dimensions were underneath the bed. Here are the pieces for the loft bed. They arrived on a pallet in several cardboard boxes. There did not appear to be any shipping damage, although the cardboard boxes did seem a bit beat up. No assembly instructions were provided other than a couple pieces of paper regarding a couple of the components of the bed. I contacted the company and they did promptly send an email of the instructions. After printing them out, it described there should have been an Allen wrench tool with the hardware. There was not. And frankly, after reviewing the type of hardware, a male and female Allen head bolt, it would seem you need two Allen wrenches to assemble it. So I had to come up with the Allen wrenches myself after finally having the instructions sent by the company. The loft bed consists of three components: two drawer chests that sit side by side, and then some lumber to make the bed frame and the guardrails. You assemble those together and one end of it sits on top of the chests. Then you use screws and angled brackets to securely hold the bed onto the chest. The quality of the craftsmanship on this loft bed I would put on par with that of a student making his own loft bed for a dorm room. The wood finish is very rough. The stain is not very consistent. If you look at one of the headboards here, you can possibly get an idea of the roughness of the finish. The hardware used to join the guardrails to the headboard and footboard seem to be rusty, or they have splats of stain on them. These brackets are exposed to the person sleeping in the bed, so every time they lay their head down on their pillow, they'll be looking at these brackets on the headboard. Again, what I would consider poor craftsmanship. As further evidence of the quality of the craftsmanship of the bed frame, you'll be able to see here on one of the headboards, this is not shipping damage, this is just their attempt at covering up some damage that occurred during the manufacturing process. Also, for the ladder, there's a lot of splintery features on it which might make you a bit nervous, being a ladder that you put your feet on. We intended to reuse our mattress, which is about 11 inches thick. And when you look at the height of the guardrails, it's about 13 inches minus a couple inches for the slats that the mattress will sit on. So you only have 11 inches of safety guardrail, and with an 11-inch mattress, you do the math, that doesn't work. So you clearly need to use one of these thin foam style mattresses for the upper mattress of the loft bed. The biggest disappointment of the loft bed is the impracticality of the drawer chests. From the face, it looks like the drawers are fairly decent in size. However, when you open one of them, you realize that it's only using a fraction of the available space for this chest. They're not too deep, but they're a fairly deep chest, yet the drawer only opens about 7 inches of clearance to put items in. And as a matter of fact, if you were to remove this drawer, you can clearly see the amount of wasted space inside the chest. This is very inefficient use of these drawers, and frankly, most you can probably put in here are a couple tightly rolled up shirts. It's particularly bad for this lingerie chest. As implied by the name, it's even smaller, and all you can do is put trinkets and maybe socks and undies or what have you inside these. A couple other observations about the craftsmanship and the poor integration of these components is that the tops of the chests do not allow the chests to butt up against one another, so you're left with this gap between them. Also, interestingly, the front of the lingerie chest is 16 inches, and coming around the back, the width of the chest appears to only be 14.5 inches. does not seem like this chest is square, but kind of curved in on the sides. However, that doesn't become an issue with the drawers because, again, they use the space so inefficiently that they're clear of that bending of the sides. In conclusion, I don't think the Henderson storage loft bed offers value and practicality. I think if you can find one or two drawer chests at the right height and build, with your own wood, a bed frame around those, you could effectively accomplish the same or better than what's offered by this company for a fraction of the price. Thank you for watching my video.